Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Oindrila, and in today's video I'd like to share with you how I got my scholarship after landing in France as a student. And before I get into the video, I'd love for you to subscribe if you are not subscribed, and if you find this video valuable, then please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me. So when I went to France, before that, I had never really planned. That was not something I had planned. It was something I decided that based on the course, the fact that it was a 3-year course and had scope for 2 internships, so 6 months each, 1 year, and that really attracted me. So it's not something that I had prepared for many years in advance. It was something I decided 9 months earlier, found out about the colleges actually, the entrance exam and all of those things, and I applied. So I didn't have much of a runway for applying for scholarships, and then all the scholarships that I was looking at last minute were pretty they had pretty strict eligibility criteria, which I didn't meet. Like, you needed to have a family income between a certain range, which mine wasn't, and then you needed to have, let's say, if you are not studying, let's say, a particular stream subject, then you don't qualify. I was going to study business, and there are not many scholarships for that, unfortunately. But then there was the Eiffel, and for which I think at that point I had already the deadline for it was way over when I decided to apply for these colleges in France. So then I went without any scholarship and funded by my family. And but fortunately there were some options which opened up for me after I landed in France, and it's really surreal how I got this scholarship, which I had totally given up hope on, by just sheer luck and also knowing where to tap into. And that's, if there is anything you take away from this video, is that you can always get creative to find opportunities. And I've said that in even the other video, which is about finding non-French opportunities in France, that it's all about getting creative. So I really enjoy this process of finding the most unfavorable, I wouldn't say I don't go out looking for unfavorable circumstances, but I do enjoy the process of finding opportunities when apparently there are none, like a treasure hunt. I get very excited by the concept of treasure hunt. Even the actual treasure hunt, I just love it. And for me, finding opportunities by getting creative is just another treasure hunt, but in a different way. So what happened was, I think 3-4 months into our program, we started a college, the Eiffel scholarship, which I think you would be aware of if you are looking to go to France or you're in France. They opened up, and so the college, we got this email from the college saying that it's open, and these are the qualifications. You had to write an essay and all that. So we were all very obviously wanting to get that email, because in that scholarship, because it's quite a chunk of money. It's practically everything is paid for. I don't remember the amount, to be very honest, but I think you used to get like €1,000. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if you know, let me know what is the amount. But it was enough. It was enough to basically make your living expenses free, and more than living expenses actually. So anyway, we wrote all the, me and my friends, all the international students, and I don't know, I don't think it was open for us French people, but anyway, we were living in the international residence, and all of us were definitely wanting that. So we applied, and then it's very competitive, right? So unfortunately I did not receive it, and I was very upset. And I think I was more upset by the fact that my then boyfriend got the scholarship and I didn't. And actually within our group, we were international students from, say, India, Canada, Russia, Romania. We were these friends together, Tunisia. We were a really international group, and then there were other people who usually hung out within people of their own community and ethnicity. So anyway, we had this group, and in our group of friends itself, 2 of them got it. One was my then boyfriend, and from Russia, and then another girl who was of Chinese origin but from Canada. So we were pretty bummed about it, and like, even though they were friends, you understand, right? We were pretty bummed about it. Even though he was my boyfriend, I was pretty bummed about the fact that I didn't get the scholarship and he did. So anyway, move on. And then what happened is, like, at the college I went to was in Lyon, and also in Lyon happens to be the school of Le Martiniere, and I studied in Le Martiniere in Calcutta. Now, what's the connection? The connection is the founder of Le Martiniere in Calcutta happens to be from Lyon. So Claude Martin is his name, and he also had a school, but it's like a trade school kind of thing. Like, the French school system is probably different, and why does this phone, okay, so they have a trade school, and they're at a different system. But anyway, me and my friend, there was actually another girl from Le Martiniere who happened to go to EM Lyon for another degree. It was a 1-year degree, and or maybe 2 years, I don't know, but she spent only 6 months on the campus, and she didn't arrive at the same time as me, which was September, usually when school year begins. She arrived after some time, and she was on campus for 6 months, and then she went and did 6 months in China, and then another 6 months in USA. She had a different program, but we happened to be on campus at one common time, and then obviously we connected. We met up, and we decided to go visit Le Martiniere, right? Because we are from the same school. And she was leaving soon after. Her time in Lyon was coming to an end. We went to the city, so we were living in the suburb. And I don't know where she was living. I think she was living in the city, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We met and we went to school. So people over there were so nice in Le Martiniere school, which is again like a different kind of school setup than the Indian school system, I guess, but they were mostly into trade, learning technical things, technical school, I guess. And the teachers, the principal, when we contacted them earlier, they were so welcoming. They were so happy we had come. I cannot tell you the kind of reception we got. And then I kept in touch, and they wanted to, the teachers over there, they wanted to keep in touch with me, and they were so curious about Indian culture. They were so curious about the fact that 2 girls from Le Martiniere, which is actually a very famous school in India, we happen to have 2 schools, one in Lucknow, one in Calcutta. They have come, and they were like, we were almost like celebrities over there. And it was really nice, right? Because if you have been in France as a student, or you're watching this video from France as an international student, Indian student, you know that it does feel alienating. And to suddenly find something which is like home, like your school, which is like home for most people while you're growing up, because it's your second home and you have great memories, you have your childhood from school. So to find your second home in a land so far away, and just by sheer coincidence, it's really something. And then they kept in touch or something like that, and then they were asking me, how did you come here, what did you decide? And of course, for me, I was always quite stressed about the fact that, you know, I have my father is taking care of my bills. And I shared that with them, that this is how my father is funded. I'm looking for opportunities, but it's difficult because I don't speak French. I don't get a lot of, you know, these part-time jobs either, because I didn't speak French. And then they were like, yeah, we can help you out. And they were like, we have this scholarship that we give out, so we are happy to give you the scholarship to help you. And no qualification, nothing. All I had to show them was me being a student in signed up as a student in college. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? How kind of them. Like, I don't think of this issue very often, but this incident very frequently, but the fact that these people wanted to just support me and help me just because I'm from their school that their founder founded, so there's a connection. And it's really nice. Sometimes when I look back and remember the things that didn't go my way, and you know, the incident where I got evicted from my apartment and everything happens for me, so that worked out perfectly well, like you would, if you watch that video, you would know. about finding a naked man in my Parisian apartment. But then these are the things that I don't often think about. But now that I'm talking about this in this video, I'm thinking I'm so lucky. So, what can you take away from the situation? You may not have this kind of an exact situation, right? It's about getting creative, finding connections, finding commonality. I think that's what people are looking for. When you have common things, then you strike a connection, and that's what happened. And then I have to tell you so much about the scholarship is that even after so the amount was such, and I am like this very, I don't drink, I don't really, I had a very life of homebound life kind of thing. I wanted to go to nightclubs to dance, but then I wouldn't drink, and I didn't have huge expenses. So the amount of money I got, I can't even recall the amount of money I got per month. I think I used to get $300 per month, or was it for 3 months? I don't know. Whatever it was, my then boyfriend told me, I think that's a great amount, because you anyway don't eat meat and you don't drink alcohol, so your grocery, and you only buy like fresh vegetables, you don't buy a lot of packaged food, so basically your entire month's groceries are being covered by the scholarship, which is a great deal. I mean, it was really nothing compared to the Eiffel money, but he made me look at it from that point of view, which was great. And seriously, I didn't have to compete, I didn't have to write an essay, nothing. I didn't have to. I just had to show up and share my story of what inspired me to go to Lyon. Like, they were very curious, right? What made me decide? That's a question I used to get often in France. So that was that. And then even after that, I had moved out. After 9 months, I got my first internship in a small town called Annemasse near Geneva. And we have Founders Day, which is very well celebrated in Calcutta. Like, there's a whole party, Founders Day, in Calcutta. So when we were students, that was like the biggest gala. The party, food, biryani and firni, and a whole school was treated, everyone was like a party. So that was also celebrated there. They invited me, and at that time I was not living in Lyon, so I took, I think it was on a weekend or whatever, I went to Lyon. That time I didn't have any place to stay, so I stayed at a friend's place overnight. So I attended that party. I met other teachers over there whom I hadn't met earlier, and they were like, we must keep in touch. There is this lady, and she was so kind. She kept in touch with me. She used to email me. She was pretty old, but she was not technically this thing, but she made the effort of writing emails to me, because obviously I don't think she was into texting, and obviously the kind of relationship we had, she probably thought email is the best thing. This was long ago. And then she used to keep in touch with me, and even later, when I got evicted from my apartment in Paris and I was taking my brother along to different cities, and I did visit Lyon, so then she invited me and my brother for a full 7-course dinner, French dinner, at her house. And then her husband dropped us and all of those things. And I think that was not the only time I had hung out at a place. There was probably another time when she invited me for dinner at her place, which is so kind, really. And I had not had this kind of experience earlier. I mean, I have had, but that was really nice, and that's when I started feeling like welcomed and at home, apart from any other reasons that I mentioned in the other France-related videos. And my brother, after seeing this huge reception, like this teacher invited us for a huge 7-course dinner, and then she dropped us home, and then she dropped us wherever we were staying at. I was staying again at a friend's place when I was evicted. So my brother was like, I can't believe you were crying so badly after you got evicted. You have like crazy amount of friends here. You've lived in friends' places all over, from one place to another. You just lived in friends' places. You've been invited for dinners. You've been pampered by everyone. I can't believe you have this level of friends. And honestly, if I look back, that was the time when I had that kind of thing where no matter what situation I would be in, I would find someone to help me. So anyway, coming back to how you can get financial support, scholarships, there are so many other ways apart from just the Eiffel or whatever the standard high ticket scholarships. There are so many other ways to support yourself, and I think those are the things, when you go looking for them, like I said, like a treasure hunt is what makes you creative, and find these kind of unexpected situations and unexpected circumstances which create bonds with people, where you find how nice people can be, and I think that's worth a lot. And sometimes I have to probably come back to this video to remind myself that how kind people can be and how unfavorable situations can be, but then they are meant to be in your favor. Like everything is supposed to work out in my favor. Like that way I got this huge network. I didn't get the Eiffel scholarship or any other scholarships, but this scholarship I got the huge network of always having someone to reach out to who was like a school. I'm still in touch with those people on LinkedIn via email. There was this another girl from La Martiniere in Lyon who emailed me because she wanted to come to India for like being a designer and learning from like Indian textiles and Indian dyeing and printing techniques. So she contacted me and I had no idea. I was not into that field, but I kept, like at that time I was in Paris. She had found me as an alumni on their website or something, because I'm a La Martiniere alumni, so I got the benefit of being a La Martiniere alumni in France. So they put me in their directory, she emailed me, and then she came to India. She met me, then she's great friends with my brother now, because she met my brother while my brother was there, and she's come and stayed at our place. She has celebrated Holi with my brother while I was not here. I met her in Delhi, met her in India. So there's so much more that can be found in these unfavorable, challenging circumstances, and being creative is the way to go about it. And so creative is not always something like you have to be an artist or you have to be a painter to do that. You can be creative, just means finding these small opportunities, by using non-traditional ways. So if this video helped you, please, or give you some ideas, then please let me know by commenting below if you have any ideas which came into your mind, and let me know what other kind of topics you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.